Hello everybody, welcome along to another episode of Mainfreight Rugby and round 6 of the Bunnings Heartland Championship. We're getting deep into the season now and some of these teams are struggling, and I'll tell you why. These are small unions to start with, so they don't have a huge player base. And then every second weekend they're playing away. So Friday's a travel day, Saturday's the playing day, Sunday they come home. Now, not everybody can afford that sort of time away from home. So it's not at all unusual for a coach to find that the team that he's taking away this week is quite different to the team that played at home last week. Add on to that the normal injury problem, and then there's the question of COVID. A lot of these teams were getting players of origin and loan players from Auckland, North Harbour or counties. Well, they didn't happen. And now we have the issue of both Thames Valley and King Country, who have quite a few players in the Waikato lockdown. So that is causing them all sorts of difficulties. But you know something, Camo? All that happens in these unions is they just shrug their shoulders and say, let's get on with it.
Yeah, evening, Mace. Well, the great thing about these unions, however, Mace, is they always find a way. The players and the coaches, they front. And we know the level of the rugby they put out on a weekly basis at a very high standard. But on the season of remarkable stories, Mace, we've had Sam Kane, of course, turning out for King Country. We've had Matanonu turning out for East Coast. The East Coast getting their first win in how many seasons? A story that really stands out this week is a remarkable bulldozer, Full Beveridge, the 47-year-old prop, twice retired, of course, from his Buller team, taking a phone call during the week and is on the bench, about to take the field for Buller as they take on North Otago, 47 years of age, starting way back in 1993, would you believe? So that's one of the featured games this week. What else is coming up our way on Mainfreight Rugby?
Well, heaps of interest, Camo, in all sorts of games. Right down the end there, West Coast, East Coast. East Coast are on a roll. They won a game last week. Can they make it too? South Canterbury against Whanganui. That's really important. So too is Horowhenua Kapiti against Thames Valley. But we're going to start in Ashburton with Mid-Canterbury against Poverty Bay. Spring flowers, spring snow, and that breeze that the Canterbury Plains are so well known for. Two teams here, both with 3 wins and 2 losses.
Hi everybody, we're in Ashburton where Poverty Bay have come down to Ashburton to take on Mid-Canterbury. Now if you want to see pressure in rugby, you should see it here today. Both these sides are tied in 5th place, and if you want to get into the silverware department of this Heartland competition at the end of the season, you've got to be in the top 4. So I'm hoping that the standard of the game matches the importance that this occasion has for both these sides. We'll see what happens.
Poverty Bay would have been very disappointed with their start to the season. They got heavily beaten by Whanganui. But since then, things have come right, and they're well ahead of Mid-Canterbury on the points for and against differential. Their strength, I reckon, is in the loose forwards. Hill, Tapsell and Taumata are a very strong trio, playing better and better each week. Mid-Canterbury, on the other hand, started poorly and they really struggled to get any momentum. They too have powerful loose forwards. Seta Korotamana is the top try scorer in the whole of the competition with 6, and Manasa Mbari, who has been playing lock, has been shifted to loose forward to add some grunt. Sean Wainui, Māori All Black, Chief Crusader, Taranaki and Bay of Plenty player, passionate about his culture, his language and his identity, he will be sorely missed. Bari at the front of the line out, good ball. On the crash goes Masawini in midfield. They bring it back in this direction. Riki, here's Bari again, good hands. Get some freedom. Look out, here comes Vasu Rakuta. Vasu Rakuta in space, one-on-one with Manuel Harmon, and the fullback gets him. Good work, good support play. Oh, that's a great try. Bari, geez, having a good season, this guy, and he was involved 3 times in that try. He won the line out, he was involved in the passing move, and then he got the try itself. Manasa Mbari, a young man making waves. Council on the crash ball. I'm not sure that's what halfbacks were designed for. Law, who's much better into contact. He's a bigger man. They've got this ball going forward and out through the back line now. Leaf with the pass and Scudder goes in. Shade Scudder with the try. Now that all started with the breakdown ball going forward. They got on the front foot and then it was a matter of accurate catching and passing. That's what came from the Poverty Bay backs, and Shade Scudder scored his second try of the season. Back of the line out ball for JJ Manning. Good drive here. Good drive here. Tuamalatai smuggled it back, I think, to Burrell. Let's see who gets back up with it. Tuamalatai had it. I think Burrell got the try. Yes, he did. Callum Burrell with the try. The second one for him for the season, the second one for Mid-Canterbury for the day. Ricky curls it from left to right. And at 12 points to 5 at half-time, I think you'll find Mid-Canterbury will be pretty pleased about that. They'll be satisfied because Poverty Bay are a team that's playing well this season, and they're playing well today as well. Back of the line-out ball where JJ Manning again wins good ball for Mid-Canterbury. He's a great source of line-out ball, is Manning, and that's a terrific drive. Now, counter from Poverty Bay, that's good, but Tuamalatai takes it a wee way upfield and lets Bari free. Bari shrugs off one of the smaller men, looks for support, finds it from Koroi Tamana. Koroi Tamana's big, but he's also fast. Ball in one hand. Oh, what a try. What a try. Setter Koroi Tamana. That's his 7th for the season. An incredible performance from the big man, made again by young Manasam Bari. Man, he's a good player. Poverty Bay take this one quickly. To the line goes Tapsell. The big fella is Broughton. They bring him down at the goalposts. This is going to go left, and looking there for the ball is Whakatope, but no, it goes out instead to Reeves. Whakatope was the dummy, and Reeves scored the try. And now we got ourselves a ball game. 19 points to 12. Broughton. He's a bit too upright there, and they managed to stop him pretty much on the line. Council goes wide to Smith. Smith goes wider again, and in the corner is Taumata. Gee, that's a good try. It was made by 2 good long passes and a good piece of work from Hubbard. So first it was Council, then it was Smith with the wide passes, and then Hubbard, the winger, he did a very generous pass which allowed Keanu Taumata in for the try. And this levels things up at 19 all. And ladies and gentlemen, we're in for Golden Point extra time. Now the rules are pretty clear, 5 minutes each way, unless somebody scores in the meantime. First points win the game. Simple as that. Well, it sounds simple, doesn't it? But these guys have been playing for 80 minutes already. Inside pass, that's nice. And it gets Foxley into space. He finds Williams. Williams is brought down. Referee's playing an advantage. I'm pretty sure it's a penalty advantage. And this may well be the winning of the game for Mid-Canterbury. There's the whistle. Yes, it is a penalty. And that is very, very kickable. Mind you, I would say that. I'm not a goal kicker. But I'll tell you what, Tom Riki is. And Riki to win the game for Mid-Canterbury. And he does it. 22 points to 19 in Golden Point extra time.
Last pass, like trying to go wide and just the pass don't reach the winger, so they keep dropping balls and make it hard for us. Then we're going back. So that's what's happened, and we keep going back and not trust our D-line. So Poverty Bay make some good break line and got some good tries.
Well, you needed to win that, and you did, so you live to fight another day, so that's good.
Yeah, a win is a win, so yeah.
For a few weeks now, this match has loomed large on the calendar. Horowhenua Kapiti against Thames Valley in Levin. This is Thames Valley in second place, Horowhenua Kapiti in fourth, and we're in round 6 of 8 in the championship.
Kia ora and welcome here to the Levin Domain for today's match. Horowhenua Kapiti hosting Thames Valley. I'm here with Thames Valley legend Ross Cooper. Ross, good trip down?
Wonderful trip down. It's lovely to be here. Beautiful weather. Man, it's stunning, and no wind today, and yeah, we're looking forward to the game. Both teams are going well.
And pretty easy to see from both sides, inside and outside both camps, enjoying their footy, enjoying what Heartland is about, enjoying being around each other, and just enjoying the whole experience.
Yeah, and this year it's been particularly hard. I don't want to defend the Thames Valley boys, but with Auckland going down and then Waikato going down, we've had a changing team quite dramatically over the time, and the boys have just got this mantra, you know, to be a great fox and get on with the business. I'm sure Horowhenua Kapiti have the same motto, really just do the business.
Damn straight. That's exactly what they've been saying. And look, we're very thankful to have you here today. You guys have been playing so well. Our guys have been going very good as well. It's going to be a fantastic match, and best of luck for the day.
Cheers, mate. And I'm very disappointed you're not playing.
Well, he played a lot of games in this Horowhenua Kapiti jersey, did Corey Kennett, as indeed Ross Cooper played a lot of games in the Thames Valley jersey. Important game this. Jake O'Flaherty is the man with the call.
Now Bonner to feed, and monstrous scrum from the Nua. Ben Bonner goes himself, taken in the tackle by a few. Matty Axtons is going to have to play halfback here, but right on the line. Matt McCann off to his teammate at Waihow, and it's a try to Sam van der Valk. Well, the pressure turned into rewards for Thames Valley. You see it on the wet and forget replay, right on the line. Matty Axtons to Matty McCann, and the numbers were committed at the breakdown. There's a bit of space out on the right, and Sam van der Valk, the constable, gets a meat pie. Todd Doolan with the last play of the half, and it's a successful conversion to 13 plays 6. The visitors in front here at half-time. And a vital match for both of these sides. Both of them need to win to keep their Meads Cup final hopes alive. Ben Bonner to Doolan. Now Sione Atoni steps inside and finds a gap. Gives the C and is taken to deck eventually. Todd Doolan finds a gap and will score. Well, this man, he's one of the highest point scorers in the competition so far. A few tries, and he's kicking well too. Todd Doolan. You see on the wet and forget replay, Sione Atoni kicks himself out of 1, bursts out of 2 more. Well, he's given his opposite number a hernia by the looks of it. And the ball goes in the end to Todd Doolan. Well, Thames Valley, they're looking hot. Now, the Nua, they're needing to strike back to get themselves into the game. Certainly, they have the time to do so. Now here goes Joel Winterburn. Winterburn throws the pass off, and there'll be a try to the number 20, Darren Falaniko. Wow. Gee whiz, did he get it down? Well, that's the question, but Todd Doolan's certainly in for a good talking to. He may as well have just given him the guillotine tackle. As you see it on the wet and forget replay, the hands were going. Winterburn made the break. Runs up the park, gets the pass away to Darren Falaniko, who, can he get it down? Well, that's the question for the assistants and the referee. It is given eventually, and so Todd Doolan heads to the naughty boy's chair. Now Leroy Niels to Fred the Needle. Fred the Needle darting around. Fred K. Fotofili taken to the deck. Now Leroy Niels looking right, but goes left. Finds Cody Muir. Oh, gets the pass to Matty Axtons. Can he get it away? Yes, he can. Cameron Dromwell scores. And that's the third of the day. Well, look at Cody Muir. He's ready for the high fives because he knows what he did. The boy who used to play first 5 for this team, now playing hooker. You can't say too many people have done that in Heartland Rugby. Matty Axton's got the offload away to Cameron Dromgold, and he darts it down and scores the try. So Todd Doolan will end the match with his conversion kick. Full time, and Thames Valley remain undefeated. 6 wins from 6 matches here in the Heartland Championship.
It wasn't easy, eh?
Nah, mate, it was a 80-minute game, and yeah, Horowhenua really put up a good fight right to the end. But yeah, we just grinded away, stuck to our structures, and got the result we wanted.
Still to come on this week's 6th edition of Mainfreight Rugby, we have a surprise appearance for you in Bulla. On Lonely Park is the venue for King Country versus Warwick Bush. It's the clash of the Titans and Timaru. We're going to meet some real legends on the coast before finding out who is this week's Mainfreight True Blue.
Mainfreight Rugby.
Our sponsors are very important to us, and they've brought us Mainfreight Rugby for many, many years. Mainfreight, of course, but also still Isuzu D-Max and Wet and Forget. We do also get support from Sky Sport and New Zealand Rugby, and all of those folks have got together and brought us to Bulla on a beautiful, beautiful day for the visit of North Otago to Victoria Square. North Otago haven't quite had the season start they'd want, but neither, for that matter, have Bulla. Here comes the Bulla team. They haven't won a game yet, so they'll be looking to change that statistic. The North Otago Supporters Club are here. So too is Barry and Callum.
Gavin Cox done very well from the back of a really scrappy scrum there.
That's not going to go out either. Taken there by the winger, Patton. Fires it back across to the right there. The fullback, Emery's up. Gives it across on the wing to Ravuvu. Ravu over the 22. Geez, got some pace, this young boy. Only it's still at school. And he stopped about 10 metres out. Taken down by Kahu Karata. Still working it to the left. Goes up there to Tatey. Tatey gets it across here. And here goes the flanker, Tawha. He'll go in for the second try. And he's still running through them. And we'll just stroll over under the post there. And a try there to Tony Tawha. And that'll put them out to 12 points to 0 with the kick to come. Cal, run us through the replay.
Ravuvu, they got the ball to him early in space there, Barry, and he cut the Bulla defence in half, and quick ball to get it, swing it back to this left-hand touchline, and the open side flanker, Tafua, trotted around and scored right underneath the sticks.
Kinzet over the top of him. Davey looks to the right, gives it again to the prop forward, Colin Nassar. And away they go. That's the hooker Sturgis, is it? They're about 8 metres out from the Bulla line now. This is good work again. North Otago, they fire it right along and out into the centres here, Tawha. Tawha holds it up, gives it to the fullback, Emery. He slips one, he slips two. He just went through 3 tackles in the end to score the 3rd try of the afternoon. Once again, it was just too easy.
Just missed tackles, Barry. Guys going too high, not trying to use a shoulder and just falling off tackles. And unfortunately for the Bulla boys, they missed 5 or 6, maybe 7 tackles there, and you can't expect to pull them down by grabbing their jerseys.
Finally, Emery just slipped 2 or 3 tackles and under the posts. There they go, round the front, and they will score into the front of the line out. Round the front, that'll be the hooker Sturgis. We'll credit that one with. Bulla were waiting for the ball down the back. They're watching everyone else, bar where the ball was going. And as I say, I think with 39 minutes, and Sturgis a try from the line out. Wasn't being marked in the front, and that takes it out to 33 points to 3. It's a good kick from Magalogo. It's hit the right hand upright. So at half time, North Otago 33, the lead the Bulla side there, Francis Mining Bulla, 33 points to 3. North Otago infringing there, and it was
Torres taking a kick here, Baz.
And he's over the 22-metre mark before they finally pull him to ground. Pass right along the Bulla backline. Gets it out there to Kalikabeki on the far side. What was it? Oh, no. And Tau's got it. Mo Tau's going to score under the post. Well, have they started the clock? Mo Tau will score the opening points of the second half. And that'll come about through Ilya Satora taking the quick tap.
Making great metres there, Barry. Got over the advantage line. Quick ball out to the backs. Nice long pass there from Pittman Joas to Luaki in space, and got a nice wee offload to Motow, beat one defender and trotted in and scored under the sticks. A great start for Buller in the second half. We are less than a minute into the game, I would say, Barry.
It's stopped. Still got it though, Buller. Still working away to the left there. Norton Taylor. Oh, gee, got put down in a smash. Was that a tackle? Referee says yes. Gave it a cock, knocks it back for Buller. And Mick Motow picks it up. He's going to have a wee run again. Over the 22. He's going to give it to Kalikabeki. And here Buller in for their second try. Well, good work there, Motow and Mitiali Kalikabeki. And we have had, how many minutes gone there in the second half? 4 minutes. 4 minutes. Miti Ali Kalikabeki. Let's have a look at that on the Wait and Forget replay.
Motow picked it up, hit a steam, huge break. No one wanted to tackle him. One man to beat. Kalikabeki on his inside shoulder, draw and pass and score under the post. And Buller are right back into this, Barry.
Into the line out. Kinzet takes it down. North Otago setting up the drive. Oh, they've spat a few Buller players out too. And they got a good drive on North Otago. Buller trying to hold it up. They stop at about 3-4 metres short of the line. They're still going forward now though. It's gone to the ground. Referee's arm is out. They're playing advantage. North Otago, they're still holding it down. Trying to bury their way through, and it is a try. He has awarded the try, and we're going to have to see who comes out of that mess with the ball.
Ralph Darling, I think. It is.
Ralphie Darling, okay, has scored a try there for North Otago. And that try brings it up to 38 points to 17. Right out in midfield. 25 out. Malagogo's got it. Gives it up to Ralph Darling. Oh, big pass here to Ravuvu. He's going to go round Dallison, and he's also going to go round Haveli. And finally, he's got some room to move. And Ravuvu is going to score the try there for North Otago. And really, that was just a matter of running out of pace. Tim Dallison, the big prop. Joel Hand. They just no way they can make the tackle.
Just quick man on some big
smaller
numbers, and he's just gone on the outside and gassed.
12 metres inside North Otago territory. Tora playing at halfback. Gives it out there to Haveli. Haveli through. He's got Parada with him. No, he can't get the ball up to him as North Otago try and hold him up. They're about 10 metres out from the North Otago line. Ferguson's back on his feet there. Gives a pass out there to Pittman Joas. Gives it through there to Motow. And there goes Buller's bonus point. And rather at Kalikabeki getting his third try of the afternoon. And Miti Kalikabeki, finally Buller again holding onto the ball. He'll score right underneath the post. And with the conversion to come from Jesse Pittman Joas, I'm sure that will push it out. I'm going to put the conversion down already. Another one to Pittman Joas, I'll say. And that is all over here at Victoria Square with North Otago 45 defeating Francis Mining Buller 29. North Otago captain Sam Sturgis, 5 points today, moves you guys up the ladder. Wanganui next week away, going to be a toughie?
Absolutely, I would take a lot of heart moving forward into Wanganui out of our attack in the first half, but obviously we let Buller back in late in the game, and I guess that's our work-ons moving forward this week.
You think the coaches will have something in their notebooks?
Yeah, absolutely, they always do.
Nice day in Taupo. Snow on the mountains at the end of the Great Lake, but it's a fine day in town, and there's plenty of people around too, some of whom will find their way up to the footy, King Country, against Wairarapa Bush at Owen Delaney Park. Yes, the Meads-Lahore scroll is very important to these two unions. The whole competition, of course, is for the Meads Cup and the Lahore Cup, but Wairarapa Bush and King Country are the home unions of those two nights of the game. So they've got the scroll for competition between themselves. I don't think that was a planned move at the front of the Wairarapa Bush line-out, and nor was that a great exit from King Country. And here's Bush, Lewis, Bush into the corner. The prop forward has finished like a winner. Wow! Don't tell me he's been wasting time at training practicing that. Lewis Bush in for his third try of the season. He's becoming something of a machine. Molly with a dreadful clearance. attempt. And look, he's got a good 15 metres to go. Bumps off one, goes through another, and in the air he goes. Touchy says, yep, that got down all right. Great try, Lou Bush. Wairarapa Bush made a good start to this game. Bush to his fellow prop, Lea Amanu. Katia gets it out wide and simple run-in for Malatai in the end. Good work from Inia Katia. You'll see that in the wet and forget replay. He just made the space with an excellent pass right here. Did a good job too, did Josefa Tackle. With the quick hands, didn't try anything too much himself. Knew that the man outside him was in the clear. High in the middle of the line, out goes Andrew McLean. He's a great source of ball for Wairarapa Bush. Now the driving play. They're still going. I think Bush has got this again. He has. Lewis Bush. Well, 2 weeks ago he scored a try. Last week he scored a try. This week he scores 2 tries. Suddenly, Lewis Bush is the top try scorer in the Wairarapa Bush team. Good drive this was, off a good ball in the middle of the line out by Andrew McLean. You saw Hurley get involved there, and right about here, Bush has got his arm wrapped around the ball, spots a seam, goes over the top of the only defender, and in he goes for the try. Lewis Bush. Curling this round on the breeze, but nowhere near enough. So Wairarapa Bush with a lovely half-time lead of 19-0. They'll be very happy with that. Tharuki charges toward the line. Geez, a big man. They're only a metre or so short here, King Country. Someone's got his hands on the ball there, trying to wrestle his way across. Jeffries is also in there. Tharuki gets his body position right. And the try is scored by Josefa Tharuki. Well, watch Big Joe here, will you? Now, first of all, have a look at Big Joe. He is big. And then he just engages bulldozer gear here, and over he goes, over the line. Well captured by our camera people. Jeffries goes high in the middle of the line out. Great run through there by Malimole. Malimole keeps going, looks for support, finds it. No, he doesn't. It's been intercepted and taken the other way by Malatai. Malatai with really got the wings on. He's already got one try, which he got with about a 2-metre run-in. This time he's got one with a 70-metre run-in. Soli Malatai. He's a lone player from Petone. No, he's actually the player of origin from Petone in Wellington. And he just about ran from Petone to get this try, as Malimole left the ball up there for one of his players to run onto. Unfortunately, it was one of the opposition players who ran onto it. And Soli Malatai goes in for his second try of the afternoon. King Country desperately need to score. They probably need to score a couple of times very fast. Here's McGovern, Cody McGovern, speaking of very fast. And he goes, gee, he's been a great asset. They brought him across from Bay of Plenty, from Greaton Marist. And he scores his 3rd try of the season. Plays wing and fullback. And look at the speed here. Look at the acceleration when he gets the ball in his hand, spots the gap and goes. Boomfa. Cody McGovern. Right, now King Country need to do that all over again, I reckon. Not sure there's going to be time, though, because the referee's whistle goes with 24 points to 12. The margin in favour of Wairarapa Bush, and they hold the Meads Lahore scroll.
Well, Sam, good tough victory out there today for the Wairarapa Bush boys.
Yeah, definitely a bloody physical game out there, and strong wind obviously made conditions a bit tougher. But yeah, we're just wrapped to get a game today, and the Lahore Mead scroll on the line. It was awesome to get a win.
to Timaru on the shores of the lovely Caroline Bay, and just up the hill from town, Alpine Energy Stadium, venue for today's game against Whanganui, two of the heavyweights of the Heartland Championship, South Canterbury and Whanganui.
Just it's crunch day for Whanganui in this match against league leaders South Canterbury. If they win, they share the top of the table. If they lose, they could be out of finals contention altogether. Whanganui lass Rowena Duncombe is with me. She'll have her own thoughts on their prospects. What do you think?
Well, I think, look, if Whanganui win today, it's going to open this competition right up. It depends on what happens with Thames Valley as well. But, you know, not having the semi-finals, Whanganui have won this Meads Cup from fourth twice before against South Canterbury. You know, it really makes every game count this year.
Absolutely. And a prediction for us?
Oh, look, I'm actually going to hedge my bets and say maybe South Canterbury. And then if I'm wrong, I'm going to be happy.
Well, my prediction is that South Canterbury aren't going to lose a match this year. I think we'll go through all the way and win that Meads Cup.
Top of the table clash then. Top of the table South Canterbury, third placed Whanganui. Very, very important game with the call. Tom Conroy and Rowena Duncombe.
They're on the 10-metre mark and looking for more continuity and really bobbled it. Now Nick Strong pounced on it. This is a try for South Canterbury, unless there's a vital error, which there is not. And Cirelli Bulirura took advantage of a poor pass that bounced into his hands, and there was no stopping the young man 40 metres out.
As we look back on the wet and forget replay, handling errors from Whanganui letting them down here, picked up by South Canterbury, really against the run of play here, but they're absolutely going to capitalise on it. Bulirura all the way to that try line, making sure of the 5 points. For South Canterbury, they'll be first on the scoreboard here today.
Drags in a few defenders. They probe that short side where they've got lots of numbers and an intercept. And I think we know who this is. Kalavini Leotagunga, and he won't be stopped. And he isn't. The man of the moment in this team, if there's half a chance, he turns it into a whole one, and 5 more points to the home team.
As we look back on the wet and forget replay, Whanganui just guilty of standing a little flat. Those passes that have so nearly been intercepted a few times already this game. And again, it is against the run of play, and it is a very long way to the try line. But Leotagunga making absolute sure of it, adding another 5 to South Canterbury's total.
Yeah, when everyone else was waiting for the referee's whistle, Kakala didn't. He just grabbed the ball, and that's why they're underway. Saunders up from fullback. Bulirura beats one, kicks, chases, could gather, beats everyone, won't need it because he's got help from Leotagunga, and support aplenty left, right, and wherever you look. South Canterbury have got someone on hand, and the try is scored.
Yes, we look back on the wet and forget replay. Fantastic bounce here for South Canterbury. Really curved round, allowing them to get up and retain possession of that kick. And Leotagunga just with almost like a touch rugby style try, diving over the top, making sure of that downward force. Another 5 points to South Canterbury.
And makes it so. The referee says that is indeed the half-time break. Quick wrap from you, Rowena.
Yeah, well, 28 points to 0. South Canterbury started an absolute fly, a point a minute for the first 14 minutes of the game. The second half is going to be a cracker.
6 out from the line. If you can get the ball beyond the 22, you've made good gains. Pinched by Horrocks, gets it away to his open side flanker and scores, does Jamie Hughes. Whanganui are on the board. That was just a halfback being totally aware of the situation and pouncing.
Yes, we look back on the wet and forget replay. Fantastic reading of the ball there by Lindsay Horrocks. Flicks one off to Jamie Hughes. Shows that that's what you need sometimes to get to the line, managing to fit into that wee gap there. 5 points for Whanganui, their first of this match.
And they will continue their left-hand sweep. Siriwalu, who got them on the front foot, continues to do that for them. Short pass into Whale on the outside. Try time, definitely this time. No problems. Tapaka Rorongo for Whanganui. And it was just patience personified on the outside for the visiting side.
Taking another look on the wet and forget replay. Wanganui making the most of Sam Briggs being down waiting to receive medical attention here. It's a 15-on-14 overlap. And Vakarorongo making sure of it. He's come close a few times this match, but he's over the line this time. 5 more to Wanganui's score.
Vakarorongo try and the Robinson conversion. So the game is over. They know it. So do the crowd. So do we do too. Yes, the confirmation comes from the referee that South Canterbury are the victors today over Wanganui. And South Canterbury pick up maximum points. They stay at the top of the Heartland Championship table. They win this game by 28-14. Well, Nick, everything turned to gold in that first half, didn't it?
It did. You know, the bounce of the ball went our way. We took our opportunities. You know, that wind was quite strong. We were pretty lucky to get 28-0 up and then just defended really hard in that second half. It was outstanding.
I've never seen so many players strewn around the field getting cramp. Was it just that physical?
It was. You know, our defensive line wasn't perfect, but, you know, we got back in and we fought for each other and we made our tackles. So, you know, that's what forced them into some errors and we just hung on, gritted our teeth and got into it.
One game to come on Mainfreight Rugby is the Clash of the Coast. John Sturgeon Park, the venue. Sturgey is there, as is Matanonu entertaining the crowds. Then we find out who is this week's Mainfreight True Blue.
Mainfreight Rugby.
Mainfreight Rugby's next stop is in Greymouth, where East Coast are the visitors. It's a long commute for the coasters. They stopped off on their way to Gisborne Airport at the Tangi for Sean Wainui, but now they've made it to John Sturgeon Park, the Battle of the Coasts.
Kia ora, welcome to John Sturgeon Park here in Greymouth. Of course, the sun is shining, the whitebait are running, and East Coast, Ngāti Peru, have come to town to take on West Coast. It is the Arthur Wicks Memorial Trophy here on the coast, and been a lot of hype. Of course, Manonu's here, Jose Gear here, bringing some big names, Ngāti Peru, East Coast. Hopefully we're looking forward to seeing a big crowd, lots of young kids here watching the excitement that is Heartland Rugby, your Mainfreight Rugby. Enjoy the game.
Wow, that's a pretty unique view of a haka. The East Coast haka against West Coast. Moana puts it up high. Chases are coming and it's been taken. That's a lovely piece of work by Wainga. Wainga takes it forward. East Coast looking good here. Parks turns up and makes a half break. He finds support. And they're still going. That's Tarangi Fraser. He looks out wide. Takane. Gabe Takane goes in for the try. And East Coast, with an excellent try out of their own 22, hit the lead. Pretty high-powered subs bench for East Coast. As West Coast through McClure, he gets tackled about 5 metres out. Tailua spins wide. Oh, that's a nice piece of work. And putting him in the clear is Jacob Lowe. And the good work was done by Ethan Simpson and Steve Soper to put him in the clear down the left-hand side. And West Coast have levelled it up. Ferguson puts it in. Good scrum. The kick and the chase from Scott. Good work this from Moana as he puts it downfield. His opposite number, Tailua, gets into a little bit of trouble and then might be accused of hanging on then, I think. Yes, referee's pinged him and then he might ping him 10 more for flicking the ball away there. So it's a little bit of ill discipline by Anthony Tailua. And they played on quickly, have East Coast, and someone's gone into the corner. We'll have to see who it is. Looks like the number 8. Yes, it is. So that's Will Bollingford goes in for the try. And East Coast are now in the lead again. Ferguson. This is Simpson, who's been very prominent already in the first half. The big lock forward from Burnside. Garland turns up to help out Soper. The captain, Soper, number 7, keep an eye on him. You'll see plenty of them I'm picking in this game. Here's Simpson again. Simpson not being stopped. They finally pulled him to ground just a metre or two out. And Lieberzeit picks it up and plunges across. So we've got the two lock forwards combining, and Sam Lieberzeit gets the try in the end. Well, they battled back well here, have West Coast. They were a long way down. And they're back in the game as Ferguson swings left again, and there's once again Simpson looking for work. Jackman. Ferguson, he'll come right this time. Finds another big guy, and that's the captain. Steve Soper goes across. And this is quite an incredible comeback for West Coast. They were down by 22 points to 8, and this conversion attempt here will take them to half-time at 22 all. If it's successful, and it looks pretty good, the flags go up. So 22 points all at half-time, back from 22 to 8. That's an incredible comeback in the first half by West Coast. Been an entertaining sort of a game at 22 apiece. Oh, hello. There's a bloke who got dressed in the wrong order. Right, West Coast have pinched one here. Off the throw, Soper. Soper gets hammered but finds support. Well-timed pass in the end. The centre three-quarter is McClure. McClure gets taken down. Good support play again from Simpson. Goodness, he's everywhere. And Tailua close, Tailua over. He's a lone player from Canterbury, from the Linwood Club, in fact, Anthony Tailua, and he kind of cost them a try in the first half, but he's made the try this time. And here come the heavyweights of the substitutions, Lavave, Nonu and Gear on the field for East Coast, trying to turn a situation which is kind of going the wrong way for them at the moment. Right, here's Gear, Nonu ramming up outside him, but didn't quite go to hand. Nonu now, the overhand pass. Takani with the pass out wide, and in the end it goes to the right winger right. Very close. Driving. Nonu finds Tamanui Nepia. Nonu again, he's playing the playmaker role, and here's Tarangi Fraser. And he's in for his second try today. Geez, having a good season, Tarangi Fraser. And 2 tries today, plus a whole bunch of goal kicks. And he'll have a chance for the conversion here and bring it to 29 all. Parks takes the tap. Bollingford. Parks goes right, defence up quickly, Nonu, and into the corner, goes right, to where he right. And East Coast hit the lead. Gee, this is a rock and roll sort of a game. You score, I'll score, you score, I'll score. Well, the last scorer, you've got to think, is probably the one that's going to win this game in the end. 34-32. East Coast are ahead, and there's only a couple of minutes on the clock as Tamanui Nepia makes good ground, but Tailua's come up with possession. Now they'll want to scramble here. Will East Coast, West Coast will want to construct something. Simpson gets the ball in his hand for the umpteenth time today. Ferguson spins out another one. With the headgear is the captain, Steve Soper. Gee, we've seen runs like this from him all season. And he finds the support play. It's Joseph Scott, and Scott's going to win it for West Coast. That's all there's going to be time for. What a great piece of running from Steve Soper as they got on the end of a great passing movement, and Joe Scott got the try. The conversion attempt is good, and West Coast have won it by 39 to 34, and I remind you, they were down by 22 to 8.
Coast have been in the air, not quite up with the goods today, took some better options, better teamwork, and actually held control of the ball. Had your thoughts on how that part of the game went?
Yeah, Prendy, I think, mate, last time, we talked about that. We were on the wrong side of a few of those games, and finally we've got one on the right side, and yeah, she feels pretty good, mate.
Been a long time since we've had this sort of crowd here at John Sturgeon Park, but a long time where they've had something to be proud of and walk out the gate smiling.
Yeah, bloody oath, mate. Were they making a noise, were they? All I could hear was bloody Joey on the inside there, and at the end of the day, that's all I needed to hear.
Here, of course, with none other than Ma. Big game there today. Yourself, there's been a lot of talk about you and Sam Kane and that coming into it. Have you noticed the vibe at the grounds with these kids, the way they're excited about rugby? Is that a big thing for you coming back playing?
I guess it's something extra in terms of playing in New Zealand as well. So I never thought I'd play Heartland Championship at all in my career, but I think I'm lucky enough to be a part of this team, Ngāti Porou, and actually see some of the fans. There's a few places I haven't been to in the country, and it's the first time in Greymouth, and it lifts the other team as well, so it's a great competition.
Guys, welcome John Sturgeon Park, and I know a few has been keen to catch up with Sturge over there and reminisce. Grassroots rugby back live and strong in Heartland. We had nothing last year, and in crowds like this, you've got to be pleased with what you've seen out there, Max.
Well, I'm very pleased, and I was delighted with the game. I mean, the score at the end of the day, great for the coast. Yeah. Could have easily been the other coast, but no, great score, but a very good game.
Stuart, I know you've been here a few games, mate, and for some big name games, and not too often you've heard the West Coast crowd cheering and excitement at the end of the game like that. Lots of little kids here, the hype. We've had Ma, we've had Jose, young kids wanting to get autographs, seeing these legends. That's part of what we're trying to promote and give a future to our sport.
Yeah, look, great game, they're great people, and 39, 34, they're backwards and forwards the whole time, so magnificent game of rugby, one of the best I've seen for a while, and a couple of All Blacks. What more do you want?
Yeah, exactly. And of course, Bailey, you've been here with the boots on, and today with the flasher boots. Mate, it's a big tough pill for Ngāti Porou East Coast, but of course they will bounce back. It's been amazing to see the way they've grown under Jose in the last couple of years.
Yeah, it's obviously good to be back here in the powerhouse of the Crusaders region, the West Coast. Look, I think, Ngāti Porou East Coast have really been building under Hose. I mean, it just, having those guys like Hose, like Ma, playing in Heartland's probably, testament to the place that Heartland holds in New Zealand rugby. I think it's a very special competition. I was talking to Ma before the game, and we're sort of laughing at how, all food goes alongside the rugby. So come down this way and it's whitebait. You come up our neck of the woods and it's crayfish. So I think, it's a unique competition, and today we saw a really, really awesome game of rugby.
Let me confirm for you those round 6 results. North Otago, Tukugabulla and Westport. What a game it was at John Sturgeon Park. West Coast getting up 39-34 over East Coast. Swims Valley remain unbeaten. That's their 6th win. And Warrapush get their 2nd win. This one against King Country. Mid Canterbury hung on in Ashburton. And South Canterbury got the job done over Wanganui. So what does that do to the standings? 2 round-robin games remaining. You look at the top and you think South Canterbury, Thames Valley, pretty much secured for 1 and 2. So the real interest lies in teams 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. It's Wanganui down to Poverty Bay. Those 5 teams contesting 2 spots, 3 and 4, so they can contest the Lahore Cup. So much still to be played for, those 2 round-robin games remaining. If you want to dive deeper into those standings, go over to allblacks.com, click on the Heartland tag, and all your information is there.
Mainfreight True Blue, there can be only one this week. Phil Beveridge coming on the park for Buller for the 176th time. It's the 2nd time he's come out of retirement, and he's 48 years old next week.
Right, first game back for the representative season. How's the training's been going?
The training's been going quite well, actually. Like, I get up probably about 4:45 every morning,
get out and probably do about 3 laps, warm up, and then we'll do a bit of pace work, and then feeling good, we'll probably sprint down the home straight.
Now, I'm not talking about one of your horses, Hello Adele. I'm talking about your own personal training.
Oh, yeah, no, that's pretty limited to walk from the couch to the fridge.
Phil, I suppose you've been following the team with interest, mate?
Oh, yeah, I always make time on a Saturday to watch them and feel their pain as well, you know. It's an actual honour to be asked to think that I can actually add some value to them, and I hope I can.
Hey, good luck, mate. Well done, and wish you all the best when you finally do get on that field.
Yeah, thanks very much. I'll be looking forward to it too.
And believe it or not, a week short of his 48th birthday, he's not the oldest man to have played first-class footy in New Zealand. In rugby news this week, a really good story on conserving the jersey that 1905 All Black Jum Turtle, All Black number 139, wore in his only test for his country. Well, it's local derby weekend coming up, round 7, second to last. And have a look around towards the bottom there. South Canterbury against Mid Canterbury. Mid Canterbury challenging for the revered Hannon Shield, which they will have to beat South Canterbury to take home. It's a heck of a competition, the Bunnings Heartland Championship. We're now going into week 7. There's only 8 weeks of round-robin play, and we're really still no closer to knowing which 4 teams are going to battle out for the big cups, the Meads Cup and the Lahore Cup. Maybe we'll know more after next weekend. Tune in to Mainfreight Rugby to check that out.